Hello, Wendy here. Welcome to my podcast. For those of you that haven't seen it before, I'm Wendy. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a plus-size knitter, and I knit anything really. I don't really have a style for me, but I don't really have a style. I'll knit anything, and then the funkier the yarn, the better, really, in my opinion. I'm going to try and do a video once a week, podcast, what I've made this week. I do have some health issues, so I'm not that reliable for posting videos, but that's my life, that's me. There's nothing I can really do about that. So
that's why you're sounding a little low today.
That's why if I'm sounding tired and low, I'm having a flare up. I've had a busy week and I've overdone it this week, and so today I am really struggling. So, and I've got basically a new action plan for my rehab to get me not normal, because I'm never going to be like I was before I got poorly, but to get me to a stable point. And this is sort of the first week of that, and there's lots of adjustments and stuff to get my head round, because I've just discovered that there is a lot of physical damage that has happened to me because of what I've got. So I'm having to relearn some things, and sort of resync my brain with the rest of my body, because I've got a lot of dysregulation. That's what she said, wasn't it? The nurse. Dysregulation, that's the word. I'm going to keep asking James because I keep forgetting. So you'll have to bear with me if you want to watch my videos. You just have to ignore the issues. Sometimes I'll sound like this, sometimes I'll have a bit more energy and be a bit more bouncy, and sometimes I'll sound downright depressed, but that's me. I'm not gonna, I can't really do a lot about that right now. So anyway, moving on, so that I don't bang on about my being unwell, because quite frankly I don't want to think about it right now, let alone bang on about it. So I'm gonna just do what I've seen other people do with their formats. I'm going to do finished objects. I would do what I'm wearing, but I'm not wearing anything I've made at the minute, so I'm just wearing a nice Jurassic Park hoodie. So comfort is key. So I'm going to start off with finished objects, then I'm going to move on to whips, and then I might, if I have the energy, talk about what I would like to knit this year or in the near future. So to start off with, my first finished object is this hat. It's the lovely ribbed hat. I've got it written down here because I keep forgetting, by Pearl Soho, and I've knit it in the Hobie Halloween Universe XL yarn, and I tell you what, it's lovely. I hope they bring some more out this year, because I'm just going to get loads because I love it. Last year was the first year I bought any yarn from Hobie, so I think I'm saying it right as well. I watched Alt Knots, and Alt Knots was doing some of the Halloween yarn that they'd gotten from Hobie, and I saw it and I just had to get some. So, but they sold out really quickly, so I don't have a lot, but I have some. So this is the hat, and I absolutely love it. The pattern was really nice and easy. I didn't really have to think too much, which is good at the minute, because I can't do anything too strenuous on my brain at the minute, because it's not working as it should be. And yeah, it's been lovely. It didn't take me very long to make it either. It took me a couple of days, didn't it? Went long.
Not at all.
No.
2 days.
So absolutely love it, but I'm gutted that I've done it and the purple's hidden. So that's a little bit, but I can't sort of have it folded down one more, because then it pokes up. So well, I could make it a bit slouchy there. So I did it in the largest size because I thought that's what I would need, and it is a little bit too big, but it's wearable, and I just love the yarn. I want some more yarn like this. I need some more yarn like this. I just love it. So that's my first finished object. Well worth knitting. It's really easy. Beginners can do it. It's fantastic. My second finished object is, I think it's called Baby Sophisticate, I think, by Linden Down. These I got off Ravelry, via Ravelry. The Pearl Soho and this one, they're links to a website, and then they do it as free. So it's not quite finished because I've got the buttons and I can't find my needles and thread. So I haven't been able to put them on yet, but this is it. It's a lovely little collar. I love it. It's top down, it's in the round, and then you do the sleeves. You keep the stitches live and then add the sleeves afterwards. And I absolutely love it. And the bands and the border and everything. Oh, I really enjoyed making this. And again, it's a lot of stockinette and garter, so it's not too difficult. There's only a little bit of the purling just for the cuffs in the round to make garter stitch, but that's it. The rest of it is just straight knit. It's really, really good. You've got a couple of like increases and some decreasing and yarn overs there, but that's for the button band. It's really easy, again, beginner friendly, absolutely, and I love it. One of James's colleagues has just had a baby, so I'm making a little set for them. That being said, I've made a little hat to go with it as well, a little teeny tiny hat. Now, I looked back through Ravelry and I didn't save the pattern that I used, and I can't find it because there's like thousands of baby hats, but it is on Ravelry, and the yarn I used is just it's just an acrylic yarn, and it's Woolcraft, and the colour is Saxa 808. It's a big 400-gram ball, which I'm still using because I'm making a blanket as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. Just because it can be washed, tumble dried, you know, they don't really want anything that's going to require a lot of care when they've got a newborn. They've got loads to do, trust me, I know. So yeah, that's that for now, and then I'll move on to whips, and my first whip is related to that. So I am making a newborn blanket. It's only a little blanket. That's here. And again, this pattern's really simple, really easy, and the pattern is, oh, I can't find it. I don't know what the pattern is. When I find it, I'll add it on. I think it's because it's on the phone I'm recording on, and my tripod is broken. So I daren't touch the phone too much while I'm recording until I get a new tripod. Oh no, I did find it. Brain fog. Newborn baby blanket, Altadena Green, I think is, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Again, it's a link on Ravelry to a free pattern on a website. So, and again, it is very easy. It's only going to be 50 by 50, so it's not a massive blanket. And I started it, did I start it last night? I started this last night, didn't I? Yeah, started it last night. So it works up super, super fast. And you don't really need to concentrate the pattern. You can learn within a couple, even me who struggles at the minute, I learned it and can do it without even looking at it now. So it's very, very beginner friendly. It works up very, very quickly because it's for Aran weight yarn. And it's, I'm doing it, so I've gone up a needle size, because I hook size then. Gone up, I haven't got any crochet this week. I've gone up a needle size just to make it work up a bit quicker, because I did want to have it finished by today so that James can take it with him to his boss. Just ignore that, that's James's alarm. And but it's probably going to be done tomorrow, hopefully, depending on my energy levels and what I can do. So that's my first whip. My second whip is it's a returning whip that's been seen quite a few times on previous videos, because I've done a couple of rows and that's it, because I've really been focused on these baby things. So this is the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Solo. Pearl Soho. And again, it's a link to the website, and it's the classic ribbed hat. Again, it's beginner friendly, really good. Third time I've made this, use this particular pattern, and yeah, it's so simple. You don't really have to think about it until you get to the crown bit. And yeah, I've got a few more inches to go, and then I can do the decreases and finish it. But it's, again, it's Hobie Halloween yarn. I can't remember which bit, but yeah. And again, I think this was the trick or treat one. but don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But I love it. I've got a scarf in this as well, and there should be enough left over to me to make some wrist warmers, because that will help with my Reynolds. So we'll see. But yeah, really, I love this as well. I can't wait till this is finished. I'm going to have, I think, 5 sets of hat, scarf or cowl and fingerless gloves. Yeah, for next season. That'll be good for like the next winter. So I've got a few choices, because I get bored wearing the same thing day in, day out. I just get bored. So yeah, that's that. And then I've got my last whip, which again has been seen before, and I haven't really done much more. I think I've done a couple more rows. I did want to get the heel flap, gusset, heel turn and all that done this week, but I've not been able to. So it's a little bit sock, cuff and leg of a sock. I was going to say sock, leg, cuff. I don't know what I was going to say. So yeah, this is it so far. And again, this is Halloween sock yarn, Hobie Halloween sock yarn, but I can't remember. Is it silly? No, it might not be silly sock. No, the other one was silly sock. It's one of their sock yarns anyway, and it is a dream to knit with. It's lovely. It's not splitty. It's a little bit coarse, but I like that in socks. I feel like it's gonna be quite resilient. I love hand knitted socks, and I'm not particularly brilliant at making them yet. I still need to practice. I think this is my 6th pair that I've made. I've used the same pattern every time. It's Vanilla Socks on DPNs by Crazy Sock Lady. I do want to try Magic Loop, but I've never done anything Magic Loop, so we'll see. And I want to try doing some on 9-inch circulars as well, to see what that's like and find the right fit. But I like DPNs. I love knitting on DPNs. I did the sleeves for the baby cardigan on DPNs as well. I really enjoy it. I don't know why. A lot of people that I've met hate DPNs, but I just love using them. I love knitting on circulars as well. I just love knitting. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, I love this. I love this yarn. And you all right?
Yep.
Yeah?
Coaster.
Okay, dropped a coaster. I got some Jurassic Park coasters. They're really heavy for Christmas this year. The kid's dad actually bought them for me, and they bought James a Pikachu hat. So, and I love coasters. We use them all the time, don't we?
Yep.
Really heavy duty ceramic coaster things, and they're really nice. So I think that's it for things that I've made. I do have a Ruth shawl in progress somewhere. I've put it away for safekeeping while I focused on other stuff, and I haven't been able to find it, and I don't have the energy to move anything about at the minute. So that's there. Hopefully you'll see that next time. It might even be finished. That would be fantastic. I am trying to be sort of more present on my Instagram, and trying to remember to put my the patterns. When I do like use patterns off Ravelry, I'm trying to be more present on there as well, to like just increase my sort of portfolio and that. I'm trying to challenge myself this year to do more things that I've not made before. I do have a crochet project in progress. It's James's secret thing. He doesn't know what it is yet, do you? Have I told you?
Nope.
No, I haven't. Yeah, his secret project. Do not watch my last video.
Alright.
The intro to me one.
Okay.
Because I mentioned what it was on there, so please don't watch it.
Right. I will.
He watches all of my videos, but he watches it when he's at work, and he hasn't been at work, so he hasn't watched it yet. But yeah, it's a surprise project. It's meant to be for Valentine's Day, but because of the sheer size of what it's going to be, I don't know where on earth I thought that I could do that in a week. Is it a week or 2 weeks? It's going to take a few months, absolutely, because it's big. So I don't know on what planet I was when I was like, yeah, I can do that in a couple of weeks. That'll be fine. That'll be done really quickly. It's easy, quick, great. It's not, and I'm not using a pattern either. So that's all me trying to work things out and figure it out. So it's going to take even longer, because I I did it with my hoodies, didn't I? When I did my chained hoodies, they were all worked out by me, my own pattern. I haven't written anything down. That was all up here. It's gone now. I didn't feel like I needed. Maybe I should write this one down in case I want to do it again at some other point, so I don't have to then go through the hassle of trying to relearn. We'll see. I'm really rubbish at writing things down or remembering, which is really frustrating because I used to have a really good memory. But I mean, I can remember song lyrics from 20 years ago, but I can't remember other stuff, which is really frustrating. But I'm really rubbish at writing things down, and I really should, because like my hoodie, I need a new hoodie, and I would have liked one of my chained hoodies that I've made before, and I can't remember how to make it, so I'm gonna have to try and figure it out again, because silly me thought, oh no, it's all in my head, I don't need to write it down. And now I've got to the point where I can't remember it, and I really want another one. So we'll see what happens. But there's quite, yeah, my year this year, I want to challenge myself to do some new stuff, and I want to do some more of my own stuff as well. But again, it depends on what my brain fog is like on each day, so it's going to be slow going. But I've got lots of time to knit because I don't have the energy to move or do stuff at the minute. I'm having to pace myself, so I can't. Stuff that I would used to be able to do, like I could get up, do the housework, play with the kids, go out, go for a run, go swimming, all of that, I can't do. I just can't. I have a chronic illness which causes chronic fatigue as part of it, as well as other things, memory loss, eyesight issues, tremors, leg muscle weakness, all of that. So it's a lovely mix, and I mean, a lot of people have got this problem, but from what the nurse has said to me, because I've had my full assessment now from the nurse, and that the nurse said, look, some people get 1 or 2 symptoms, and it's very limited. It doesn't last for a very long time, whereas some people, like me, get what she has termed mega symptoms, which is where you get, there's only 2 of the known symptoms that I don't have, of all the 50, 60 things. So I'm at the point where I can't work at the minute. I can't do a physically or mentally demanding job at the minute. I am with several different specialists to help rehab me to get to a point where hopefully I can go back to work. It won't be the same sort of work that I used to do, because my old jobs used to be very, very physical, and I can't do that anymore. So I'm gonna have to try, once I've rehabbed, I've got to relearn some stuff as well, because I had some sort of brain damage there, which sounds really odd because I don't feel like I have, but I have. Like, it's really weird. So some things are fine and other things aren't, very much aren't. And I will only post videos when I'm having a day where I can actually cope with it. Some days I can't talk properly. Some days I get my words muddled up. Some days I can't think very well. Some days I'm just asleep for most of the day. I can't wake up enough. So it depends. But at the minute, I'm not really well enough to do a proper, what is a proper job? You know, what I was doing before. So what that does mean is that I can sit home and knit, because they've told me I could do that. It's actually very good for the recovery of my brain, because they think that I will get a lot of my previous abilities will come back with time. But this is an issue I've been struggling with for 4 years, nearly 5, coming up for 5 years, not realising that there was anything wrong, because all of my tests were coming back normal. Everything was within the normal range or borderline. And for this particular illness, that is very common. And I didn't realise that there was extra help there. I didn't realise that there was support that I could have. So I was trying to keep going as normal and getting worse. And the problem is that The virus that's caused this problem is still in my bloodstream, is still in my system at a cellular level, and it's still continuing to attack me. So every day for me is completely different. I'm at a point where I can't work. It makes me feel like useless and waste of space because of the way I was raised. You know, you're no good if you can't do stuff, basically. So I'm trying to fight that in here. And a bit of imposter syndrome, because I have some good days. So it's like, well, why can't I have every good day? What's wrong with me? Am I just being lazy? And that is not the case at all. And yeah, so I'm under quite a few specialists, and I will be having some like sort of rehabilitation physically and mentally, and smell therapy and things like this. It's crazy. I can't put it any other way. The weight gain that I've had is to do with this, all of it. It's all connected, and up until recently everything was being treated as anxiety, and it's not. So there's physical changes that have shown up in things. So, and my body, it's not just my brain that's been attacked by it. I've got damage to my nerve in my sinuses and around there. That's why I'm getting a lot of headaches. I've got heart damage, which is something I need to go and have checked again before I can do any physical rehab, in case I'm not at a stage where I can do that at the minute, which is very, very scary. I've had damage to my stomach and damage to my bowel, and damage to my central nervous system, basically, as well. And some of it I will get back, but I won't get all of it back, and we don't know what's going to come back until we try. So that's, I'm reeling from how severe. I didn't think it was this bad until the medical professional actually said, no, this is how it is. So I'm still sort of processing what my life might be like from now on. So yeah. But silver lining, I can knit and crochet as much as my brain allows and my body allows, and I can still read to an extent, because reading and taking things in that way, that's not so much the problem. It's getting it out and remembering, and like issues with standing up and things. I'm getting tested for POTS soon as well, but it's like standing up and trying to teach my brain that movement is normal, because what happens is when I stand up, if I try and then walk straight away, try and move, I get so much pain in my head and I get so dizzy, and so like it feels like everything is moving, and I end up falling over or having to sit straight back down, or I can faint. And it happens randomly as well. It's just anywhere and everywhere, and it's so scary. So it's sort of relearning where the damage was, and like everything's trying to heal. It's relearning that stuff that would be normal, like you wouldn't even think about it, but it's not for me. You know, so I'm having to sort of teach my brain that not everything is a threat, teach my body that not everything is a threat. So it's sort of like exposing to things, and then, you know, I'm going to be seeing a physiotherapist, speech and language therapist, but I'm having a good day with talking and that today. I can talk very well, but sometimes it's like my tongue is too big for my mouth and I can't, the words don't come out as well. But again, I don't post on those days. I don't, when I'm not well, I rest. I don't post, or I try and rest. So yeah, I've got that. There's some dizziness therapy that I can do, but I'm not sure how that's going to work because I haven't started that yet. There's a lot of different things that I need at the minute that I've never needed before. So it's hard to know what the next sort of couple of years is going to be like until we get to the point where I'm actually doing that physio. But I've got to wait, I think it's about a month before I have my assessment to see if I can start the physio yet. And then it might be, no, you're not well enough, you need to just rest, and then come back later on and we'll assess you again. And when you get to a point where you are physically well enough to do the physio, then we'll start it then. So we don't, everything's up in the air at the minute. I don't know what's going on for a lot of it. So it's a struggle. I'm not making things to sell anymore. I'm not, because I can't. I can do these. They take a long time. And I can't deal with like the financial side of things. I can't do maths. I mean, I can't do anything like that. My brain I just can't. It all, it's like the words, the letter, the numbers are moving everywhere, and I can't. They're back to front, upside down. I just can't. I've got to relearn all that before I can think about any of that. So I'm sort of in the process of applying for financial help, because obviously we can't survive on one solitary wage, and I'm hoping that once I get to a stable point I can go back to work and I won't need any help. But we'll have to, we cross each bridge when we come to it. All I can say is that it's scary, it's frustrating, and I am so lucky that I have James in my life, because he's so supportive. You know, can't fault him at all. So it's an adjustment for the kids. We haven't told the kids the extent of everything yet, until we know more, and then we'll explain it. All they know is that mum's a bit poorly at the minute and can't be as active as she used to be. But I've not been as active as I used to be for a while now, because this has been an ongoing problem that's not gone away. It's actually got worse, rather than, I was hoping that over time it would just improve, but it's not improved. It's steadily got worse, hasn't it?
Yep.
So on that sad note, or deep note, or whatever, sorry, sharing my personal life, I need to get it out somewhere, and unfortunately there are people in my life that I can't actually talk face to face about it, because they don't listen or they make it about them. So this is my sounding board. I'll try not to do this on the next podcast. I will hopefully just do what I've made, what I want to make, what whips are, any acquisitions that I may or may not have, but money is an issue at the minute, so there won't be a lot of acquisitions, unless it's books, maybe from the pound bookshop, or some cheaper yarn, acrylic yarn and things like that, because it is cheap. We'll see what happens. Budget is low at the minute. Hopefully it will improve over time. Hopefully everything will improve over time. Let's hope. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm planning to upload every Friday afternoon, once a week. Any more than that is just too much for me at the minute. I can't manage it. Ooh, thank you. James has just given me this. A nice afternoon snack. I've never had these before. I hope they taste nice. Yeah, as I was saying, I am aiming to post every Friday, health being well. And yeah, take care, have a good week. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.